Hello everyone, I'm Wazzup. This video will show you how to run 8 toons in VPs. Luckily, it isn't much different from just running 4 toons. I'd recommend setting up your multi-toon controller to connect all 8 UIs. It should look something like this, having 4 left toons and 4 right toons in 4 separate groups. Here are a few other things I'd recommend. 8 100 left toons in separate accounts, that you'll need. I'd recommend max sound and drop, that's all you'll really need for this. Having lots of practice at running 4 toons in VPs, since 8 is actually pretty similar. And 2 monitors or a 4K monitor, just as long as you have enough space to see all 8 toons clearly. And I'd recommend mouse keybinds, particularly for selecting all 8 toons to avoid the jump attack, and one for throwing pies. Personally, I find it easier to get all the toons in the elevator instead of inviting one each at a time. And also, if you're going to do this, try to stay in quiet districts, otherwise you'll get a lot of attention and not the positive type. For the first battle round, you'll want to very carefully analyze where your toons are. Keeping track of which side your toons are on is key. When combat begins, you'll need to remember the pattern of toons for each side. Here's how I visualize it. Sometimes the pattern will not seem obvious at first. If you can't figure out which side each toon's on, pick one gag on a toon and look for the other 3 windows where there's that gag selection. Unless you're getting bad at RNG, you'll only need max sound and max drop. Your other gags literally won't matter unless your sound starts missing. Since you have up to 8 toons of the sound, you can treat combat like normally. If you're running 8, remember to take your time. You're in a controlled environment, so there's no rush, but there's also no one to help you. When the second round starts, you'll have even less time to respond to your toon's positions, so be sure to pay attention. If you're having a hard time keeping up, I'd recommend selecting one side first and waiting a little for the other side. This will help alleviate any of the pressure you may feel. Towards the end, I personally like to wait until one group is finished to complete the round, allowing me to move them over to the other side where I can have all 8 toons grouped up together. Since I didn't group them up here, I'll have to move them one by one. Luckily, much like the 4-man OMA, you only need 3 toons for the next part. For tips on the pie round, check out the video card on the top right or in the description. These rounds are identical, with the only difference being the smaller windows, and you have 4 or 5 inactive toons. That's really all there is to 8 toon VP 1-man armies. I'd recommend this to anyone who has access to 8 toons and is interested in collecting tons of cards. If you're using this to shop, you'll be able to completely control your VP environment. Why would anyone do this instead of running with others? Well, the only response I have for that is that you'll have 100% control of your VPs, and it can be pretty fun. I hope this video was useful for the very few that were interested in giving this a try. I'm Wazzup, and I'm out.